Hi there, my name is Jim, and this is a video about baffle boxes or dice towers. Basically something to shake your dice and make them come out random. I've got here the original baffle box, a chuck-a-luck, little device invented in the 1800s and designed to just shake 3 dice. Works like a charm. Used on riverboats, steamboats, casinos, and by soldiers in the Civil War and in the First World War and Second World War. In the Civil War, it was a game called Sweat or Rag. In the early 1800s, it was called Crown by British soldiers. And it was popular up until about the 1930s when people figured out that the house had a huge advantage. And the game is no longer played, except by suckers. But anyway, 2 dice boxes. This is a baffle box made by FM Gammon, the same company that makes this backgammon board. It works okay. I've got a cup full of dice here. It's loud. It's really loud. If you're in a tournament and you've got 50 or 100 of those going at the same time, it can kind of sound more like that. It works fine. Occasionally a die will get stuck, or a die can pass all the way through and get down to the bottom without hitting one of these rollers in the back. It's not the greatest design. And unfortunately, although it does come apart, it doesn't fit in any of FM Gammon's boards. They won't close. I have 3 of them, and they're all different. And none of them will close with the FM baffle box, which baffles me. But we're going to keep this over here for comparison. Now, I have some unbagging and I believe unboxing to do right here. This item is from New Zealand, Auckland, New Zealand, from a gentleman named Richard Theunison. I'm probably butchering your last name, Richard, but he's a Kiwi, not the fruit, the people from New Zealand, and he makes Kwikroll baffle boxes, and we have 3 of them here, 3 different ones. They all function exactly the same. They look the same. They just have different finishes on them. And these baffle boxes, they're much smaller than this one, obviously. These baffle boxes were used in the Australian national tournaments, the Australian Open, and that's where I first saw them, not in person, but on video, and they rock. At least on video they do. I want to find out if they rock equally as well in real life. Oh, now this is pretty cool. Okay, this is what they look like. This one, we got 2 with stripes like this. The only difference between them is that the sides are different colors. One's blue, one's green. These baffle boxes come apart like so. It takes a good amount of strength to get them apart, and they hold together really well. There's no movement whatsoever. The shelves in here are all lined with with felt, and it is very artfully done here. This is very neatly done. Uh, um, I imagine the two halves were manufactured and somebody has manually put on the felt. Maybe the manufacturer put on the felt. I can't see any flaws on this. I wish I could see what the bottom sticker says, but I don't have my reading glasses with me. Now, one problem I do see with this is placing it on the side of your board is going to be a bit of a problem since it's so small. Now, fortunately, I had seen one of these before and anticipated this problem. Here's solid black, my favorite, and here is the one with the stripes with the blue finish on the sides. Very cool. Now, fitting them on your board, they don't quite fit on this FM board. So, I have come up with an idea here, and let me find it real quick. Where did I put it? I might have to cut this for a second. There we go. A thank you note, which I'm going to put there, just like I would a playing card or something to support this. I guess this can be done better, but that works just great. Let's see how this sounds in comparison to that one. Very nice. The roll is very quick out of the boxes, and it's nice and quiet compared to that. It's about the loudest it's been so far. Just 2 dice at a time, and as quiet as can be. The roll comes out nice and long, comes out fast all the way across the board. There's nothing to catch the dice. Pardon my ums and ahs. There's not too much else to say about these aside from the fact that I'm very pleased with them. Let's show you them on a different board. Let's try that out. Let's put these over here. And our thank you note. And we'll move this board. Move the knife so I don't drop it on myself. And suppose you have like a cafe board, like this board. This is a nice small board that I take to cafes with me. And it has a removable bear-off tray. So this is going to be easy. Perfect. And does it fit? This is another FM Gammon board, and it fits beautifully. I should note that the edges are smooth. There are no sharp corners. The corners are actually rounded, so there's nothing sharp to scratch the felt of your board or the cork of your board, whatever it may be. Speaking of cork, let's try this on one more board for you crystalloid fans out there. I happen to have a crystalloid board right here. Another tournament board, so let's move this and this, and we'll grab this one, and we don't need dice cups, and I got a feeling this might work out okay. Nope, not there, and not there. We are going to need our thank you note. Again, that is unfortunate. So I see the biggest drawback of these is that the base isn't big enough. If it had a large flat base to clip into, I think it would be a lot more successful. The dice tower is spectacular in its function, just excellent in its quietness. And unfortunately, it is a little narrow to fit over at least most American and Middle Eastern boards. I'm not sure about Western European boards. If a board was to have a straight checker tray instead of a straight row instead of 3x5 checker bear-offs, perhaps this could straddle that. It's crapshoot. I would suggest to Richard perhaps an optional base or a base that you just throw in with it so it can be used on boards like this as well as boards with narrower channels on the side. And that's all I've got for you on the Kwikroll baffle boxes. They're available at kwikroll.com or no, on Etsy. You have to search for Kwikroll, that is Kwikroll, all one word, on Etsy. And you'll find Richard and his Kwikroll dice towers. They're quite affordable, and shipping is quite fast, and Richard will combine shipping when you order multiple towers. So all in all, we're happy. Thank you.